B-boy Crazy Legs coming down to India is like the B-boy royal, the king of the B-boy royal family coming down to India.
First of all, people thought it's a humor,
I couldn't believe like Legs just coming here. It was like, I was like,
Meeting with a hip-hop pioneer and a legend from the first family. It's the first family for us. It was meant a lot to us.
As a b-boy, we always dream of pioneers because we follow them. We have only seen them on YouTube.
It was a great honor for us to meet him.
I am talking live to Crazy Legs. You're listening to Planet Radio City.
All the way from the United States of America. What's up, Crazy Legs?
Hey, what up? This is Crazy Legs from the Rocksteady crew, and I represent the Boogie Down Bronx and Puerto Rico. We are chilling live in India.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Rocksteady crew all the way from New York. This right here is a legend standing in front of you.
What's up? How do I define b-boy culture? I don't, because there's no such thing as b-boy culture. There's hip-hop culture and b-boying, b-girling, breaking, all the dance forms, popping, locking, they are all elements of hip-hop culture. A dance is not a culture. A dance is an art form. The most irritating misconception about breaking is that the name of the dance is breakdancing. The word breakdancing does not come from hip-hop. It comes from British promoters and British media. So the fact that it was relabeled by someone else outside of our scene is very frustrating to me. And some of us are even guilty of falling in line with that until the 90s when Mr. Wiggles and some of the other people in Rocksteady, and myself, were discussing it, and we said, hey, why are we calling it breakdancing? And then we started to figure out, like, wait a second, we never called it breakdancing back then. When we started performing again and getting around again in the 90s, we consciously said, we made the effort and said, yo, let's just throw it out there. And when people say breakdancing, let's correct them.
Bodies in expression, the music inspiration. Tell us when you feel it, cause we're gonna rock the nation.
The secret to the longevity of Rocksteady crew would have to be based on how I personally got in. I was a younger b-boy when I was put in, and I was looked upon as someone that wasn't the best b-boy, but showed drive, took initiative, and was hungry to develop my skills on a day-to-day basis. Day in, day out, I was working on my skills. They saw it as, okay, look, let's get this rookie in here and let's get him some playing time because he's gonna develop properly. And they took the time to assess my progress and say, okay, yeah, it's moving in this direction. Because in order to keep Rocksteady alive, you have to have a bridge between yourself and each generation coming after you. So I purposely kind of position certain people in Rocksteady to recruit a certain age group of people. My first battle that I remember clearly was my battle to get into Rocksteady. My battle to get into Rocksteady was a 2-on-2. It was myself and my cousin Lenny Len versus the president of Rocksteady at the time, Jimmy D, and the vice president, Jimmy Lee. It was a battle that we lost, but it was a battle that gave us the opportunity to prove that we were deserving of being in Rocksteady crew. It was the first time that I felt like I earned my way to getting props. It was, I would say, my ghetto degree was my first degree. And that degree was the degree that allowed me to become a member of Rocksteady. My first crew battle, I was in a crew called the Bronx Boys. It wasn't necessarily a b-boy crew. It was a hip-hop crew, but it had, a lot of people in it. Back then, the way battles worked is there was a general. Whoever was the leader of the crew, you did not touch that floor until he looked at you, because he had a plan in his head and he said, you go. Okay, you go. But you also discussed before that, okay, if this dude goes out, I got him, or I got this, and I got that. But the low man on the totem pole, that was me. That meant that no matter who went out, I was bait. I was the worst one in the crew. There was no guarantee that anything that I did at that time was going to be anything of significance to make a difference in the battle, other than we made one of them go out. And within that first run, I started dancing. I was excited. I'm doing my thing. I go into my moves, and then all of a sudden something goes wrong. And that one move goes wrong, and this is my first battle. All the hot girls are there. All the best b-boys are there. And everything just went in slow motion. Because I was like, oh my God, what just happened? How can I fix this? I'm going to freeze like this. And the freeze was so bad, I put my hands over my face in embarrassment and got up. Okay? Battle goes on. My second time, I want to go out. I'm like, can I go out again? And he was like, no, that's it. I was like, okay. But that was a lesson, because that lesson I brought into Rocksteady Crew. And I've led the battles in Rocksteady Crew, and any battle that I've led, we won. The future of Rocksteady has a lot to do with me passing on responsibilities and letting go of the reins and telling people, hey, come up with a concept for this show, or we need to do something in India. Since we already have a nice younger generation, B-Boy Bell Rock, B-Girl Phoenix, B-Boy Case, B-Boy Shadow, these 4 young people in Rocksteady, and I think the oldest being 21, are incredibly intelligent, incredibly talented, incredibly driven, and incredibly loyal to the Rocksteady name, that I'm very comfortable with the future of that Rocksteady, because their ideas will work with Bonita's and Wynot's ideas, and those ideas will more than likely get the cosign from myself, Mr. Wiggles, Popmaster Fable, and the alumni of Rocksteady. Battle Fort was interesting because of the location. The name just sounds like going to the slum, Tiny Drops. It's really, it's dope, but you can't help but notice everything that's going on with the slum. B-Boys at the shopping center. That was also nice because it was really, really good dialogue.